Have you ever wished to have a mind of steel, an unshakable inner strength in the face of life's storms? Do you want to overcome challenges and confront adversity without falling apart? If your answer is yes, then this video is for you. What if you could tap into the wisdom of a Roman emperor who found peace amidst the chaos of power and war? Today, we will delve into the inner world of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, and discover how his timeless teachings, recorded in the book Meditations, can help us cultivate mental strength and resilience in the face of modern life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful Roman emperors, was also a profound Stoic philosopher. Despite being at the pinnacle of power, he was no stranger to loss and hardship. From political upheavals to personal tragedies, it was in the midst of these challenges that he penned Meditations, a deeply introspective journal, chronicling his journey toward self-improvement and contemplation. Filled with personal thoughts and observations, this iconic work has inspired countless generations over the centuries, guiding them towards a virtuous and fulfilling life. In today's turbulent and uncertain world, resilience and mental strength have become more crucial than ever. We constantly face relentless changes, from career shifts and relationship dynamics to personal crises. Can we learn to navigate through these storms with calm and wisdom, turning adversity into opportunities for growth and deeper self-understanding? This is where the lessons from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations shine. Today, we will explore 10 timeless lessons from Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors of the Roman Empire and a brilliant Stoic philosopher. His teachings, distilled from the experience of leading a vast empire and confronting numerous difficulties, will help you build an indomitable spirit and a strong inner foundation to overcome any challenges. But before we embark on this journey of discovering these invaluable lessons, take a moment to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Did you know that only 15% of our viewers actually hit the subscribe button? If you're truly eager to explore life, changing philosophies, join us today. By subscribing, you'll not only ensure that you don't miss any future videos, but also give us tremendous motivation to continue creating valuable content like this. Lesson 1. Accepting what we cannot control. Accepting what we cannot control is one of the core principles of Stoicism, and a profound lesson that Marcus Aurelius left for humanity. In his book Meditations, he emphasizes that we only have power over our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while all external factors, such as circumstances, people, and events, are beyond our control. Attempting to change or resist what is uncontrollable is not only futile but also causes unnecessary anxiety and suffering. Marcus Aurelius advises us to focus on controlling our responses to events rather than reacting with anger or sadness to injustice or loss. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." In modern life, we often face numerous challenges, from work-related difficulties to personal crises. Unexpected events like job loss, illness, or even the passing of a loved one are inevitable. Accepting what we cannot control does not mean giving up or resigning to fate, but rather learning to adjust our attitude towards such events, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and development. When we accept and let go of things beyond our control, we find inner peace and can concentrate our energy on meaningful and manageable actions. This is how Marcus Aurelius lived and is the invaluable lesson he left for us. Live each moment and accept it with the understanding that everything that happens is part of the flow of life. Lesson 2. Perceive challenges as a teacher. In Marcus Aurelius of philosophy, challenges are not something to be feared, but valuable opportunities to strengthen oneself and develop inner resilience. He believed that every obstacle carries within it a chance for us to cultivate our perseverance, wisdom, and virtues. Instead of avoiding or complaining about adversity, we should face it and recognize it as an inevitable part of life. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that obstacles are not hindrances to our actions, but rather the path itself, offering us the chance to train our mental strength, patience, and determination. In modern life, we often encounter various challenges such as work pressure, personal conflicts, or failures in our personal goals. Rather than letting these difficulties discourage us, we should see them as lessons that help us better understand ourselves and grow. As Marcus Aurelius taught, our attitude toward adversity is what truly matters. If we perceive challenges as a teacher, we will learn to overcome them with greater wisdom and composure. It is during tough times that we reveal our true potential and capabilities. Each time we confront and overcome adversity, we move closer to a more complete version of ourselves. This is how Marcus Aurelius lived, and it is the message he wanted to convey. To view challenges as opportunities to train and develop, so that each of us becomes stronger and more resilient. Lesson 3. Focusing on the present moment. Focusing on the present moment is one of the most profound pieces of advice from Marcus Aurelius, bringing us peace and wisdom in a life filled with turbulence and stress. In Meditations, he emphasizes that we truly only possess the present moment, and wasting time worrying about the future or regretting the past only adds to our anxiety and suffering. He wrote, "No one can lose either the past or the future. For how can someone be deprived of what is not theirs? Focus on the present, for only the present is what you possess." We often get caught up in thoughts about things that have passed or things yet to come, causing our minds to scatter and preventing us from focusing on what is happening right in front of us. Worrying about things that haven't happened yet or regretting past mistakes only wastes our energy and causes us to miss the opportunity to fully live each moment. Marcus Aurelius advises us to cherish the present and live wholeheartedly in each moment, as it is the only way to truly experience freedom and inner peace. Focusing on the present does not mean neglecting to plan or disregarding the past. Instead, we should learn from what has happened and prepare for the future proactively, without letting our minds be consumed by them. Take time to breathe, feel each heartbeat, and listen to yourself to live fully and recognize the value of every present moment. This focus and awareness will help us face all challenges with greater calmness and resilience, just as Marcus Aurelius did throughout his life. Lesson 4. Practicing emotional detachment. According to Marcus Aurelius, emotions are not objective truths, but rather are subjective reactions to external events. By recognizing this, we can avoid being overwhelmed by emotions and make more rational decisions. For instance, imagine you're driving and another car suddenly cuts you off, nearly causing an accident. Your immediate reaction might be anger, anxiety, or fear. However, by applying the principle of emotional detachment, you'll realize that these emotions are merely your responses to the event, not the essence of the event itself. The factual event is simply that another car made an unsafe maneuver. Instead of letting emotions take over, you can choose to observe the situation objectively. You might tell yourself, "This was a dangerous situation, but I'm safe. I can't control the actions of others, but I can control my own reactions." By doing so, you avoid getting caught up in a spiral of negative emotions and can focus on driving safely. Another example is when you receive negative feedback from your boss or a colleague. Instead of feeling hurt or angry, try to view the criticism objectively. There might be areas where you need to improve, and the feedback can help you grow. Or perhaps the criticism is unfair, and you don't need to let it affect your self-esteem. Practicing emotional detachment doesn't mean denying or suppressing emotions. The key is to recognize that emotions are not absolute truths, and we have the power to choose how we respond to them. By cultivating this ability, we can become calmer, clearer, headed, and more self-possessed in any situation. Lesson 5. Cultivating one's inner self. According to him, our inner world, with its thoughts, emotions, and values, is what we have complete control over and where we find true freedom and contentment. Nurturing the inner self is not just about reading books or contemplation. It's a continuous process of self-observation, self-questioning, and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to take time each day to reflect on ourselves, examine our thoughts and actions, and thereby identify areas for improvement and growth. He believed that by continuously cultivating wisdom and virtue, we can become the best versions of ourselves. A prime example of nurturing the inner self, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, is the practice of quiet mornings. Set aside a short period each morning before starting your day to sit in silence, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts. This is a time to reflect on what happened yesterday, the emotions you're experiencing, and the goals you want to achieve today. By doing so, you can start your day with a clear mind and a peaceful heart. Another example is journaling. Journaling is not just a way to record daily events, but also a useful tool for self-discovery and understanding. Write about your thoughts, emotions, and the lessons you learned from life. When you look back at what you've written, you can recognize patterns in your thinking and behavior, allowing you to adjust and grow. Nurturing the inner self is not an easy task, but it is a worthwhile journey. By dedicating time and effort to care for our inner world, we can find true peace, happiness, and meaning in life, regardless of external fluctuations and challenges. Lesson 6. Cultivating virtue. According to him, virtue is not just about good deeds on the outside, but also about cultivating good qualities within, such as courage, justice, wisdom, and compassion. Cultivating virtue requires constant persistence and effort. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to practice virtue in every thought, word, and action in our daily lives. He believed that every challenge and difficulty is an opportunity for us to train and strengthen these good qualities. A typical example of cultivating virtue, according to the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, is facing injustice. When encountering unjust situations, instead of letting negative emotions like anger or resentment take over, try to remain calm and view the situation objectively. Ask yourself, what can I do to change this situation? If I can't change it, what can I learn from it? By doing so, you not only practice patience and tolerance, but also find the best solution for the situation. Another example is when you make a mistake. Instead of blaming yourself or others, have the courage to admit your mistake and find ways to correct it. This is an opportunity for you to practice honesty and responsibility. See mistakes as valuable lessons that help you grow and improve yourself. Lesson 7. Learning to control emotions. This is one of the essential lessons that Marcus Aurelius imparted through his Stoic philosophy. According to him, negative emotions do not stem from the events themselves, but from how we perceive and evaluate them. In Meditations, he wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This means that we can control our emotions by changing our mindset and perspective on situations that occur. For example, when faced with criticism or insults from others, instead of getting angry or upset, we can pause and reflect on the true purpose of those words. Are they constructive criticisms meant to help us improve? Or are they merely negative comments we don't need to concern ourselves with? By focusing on the true meaning and controlling our reactions, we can maintain our composure and avoid being swept away by negative emotions. In modern life, the ability to control emotions becomes even more important as we frequently face stress from work, family, and social relationships. Learning to manage emotions helps us maintain balance and clarity, enabling us to make wiser decisions. An effective way to practice this is to focus on deep breathing and think before reacting. Ask yourself, will this reaction be helpful? Will it improve the situation, or will it only make things worse? By practicing emotional control in the spirit of Marcus Aurelius, we will no longer allow negative emotions to dominate us. Instead, we will learn to live more calmly and with greater self-mastery, even in the most challenging circumstances. Lesson 8. Learning to forgive. Marcus Aurelius believed that forgiveness not only frees our minds from negative emotions, but also brings peace and inner freedom. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Remember that you are made of body and soul. The body can be harmed, but the soul is only harmed if we allow it. This means we have the power to choose how to respond to the hurt caused by others. Forgiveness, according to him, is not a sign of weakness, but an expression of strength and compassion. For example, when someone hurts us with their words or actions, we often tend to hold on to feelings of resentment or the desire for revenge. However, harboring these negative emotions not only harms others, but also creates anxiety and suffering for ourselves. Instead of being consumed by these feelings, we can recognize that everyone makes mistakes, and their actions often stem from their own difficulties and ignorance. By forgiving, we not only release others, but also liberate ourselves from the psychological and emotional burden. Marcus Aurelius taught that instead of focusing on the wrongdoings of others, we should look at ourselves and ask, what can I change in my thoughts and actions to handle this situation more wisely and compassionately? Forgiveness does not mean ignoring the mistakes of others, but understanding that holding on to pain and resentment is what truly harms our souls. When we practice forgiveness in the spirit of Marcus, we find true peace and serenity. Lesson 9. Stopping the comparison of ourselves to others. In Meditations, he advises that we should focus on perfecting ourselves rather than being caught up in rivalry and competition with others. He wrote, "Do not waste your time thinking about what others are doing. Ask yourself, what am I doing for my higher purpose?" Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that everyone has their own path, and our worth should not be determined by comparing ourselves to anyone else. Comparing ourselves to others often leads to feelings of inferiority or arrogance, both of which hinder personal growth. When we compare ourselves and perceive that we are less than others, we easily fall into dissatisfaction, jealousy, and self-doubt. Conversely, if we believe we are superior to others, it can lead to arrogance and a lack of humility. Neither of these states brings lasting happiness, and both cause us to lose focus on our true life goals. Marcus Aurelius teaches that we should focus on improving ourselves every day, in every small action, instead of measuring ourselves based on others' successes or failures. Ask yourself, have I lived better today than I did yesterday? What have I done to become a better version of myself? By stopping comparisons, we can live with tranquility, concentrate on self-improvement, and find happiness through our own progress. This not only helps us feel at peace, but also fosters sustainable growth and maturity for the soul. Lesson 10. Embrace gratitude. In Meditations, he emphasizes that feelings of anger or resentment do not arise from others' actions, but from how we perceive and evaluate those actions. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And you have the power to revoke this at any moment." Marcus Aurelius believed that when someone hurts us, instead of reacting immediately with anger or blame, we should pause and reflect on the true reasons behind their behavior. For example, if a colleague unfairly criticizes you, rather than getting angry and retaliating, you could ask yourself, are they dealing with personal issues or work pressure? Do their words reflect who they truly are, or are they simply a temporary reaction? By viewing the situation from a more objective and compassionate perspective, you will find it easier to forgive and not let negative emotions affect you. Practicing forgiveness in this way does not mean condoning or excusing wrongful behavior, but rather ensuring that our souls are not harmed by emotions like anger or resentment. Forgiveness, according to Marcus Aurelius, is a way to create a distance between ourselves and negative emotions, allowing us to see things more clearly and calmly. As a result, we not only maintain inner peace, but also learn to live with more compassion, generosity, and self-control in all situations. And those are 10 timeless lessons from Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, philosopher, to help you build an unbreakable mind. We hope that these teachings will inspire and motivate you on your journey of self-development, facing challenges and finding inner peace. Remember, mental toughness is not something you're born with, but the result of continuous practice. By applying these lessons to your daily life, you will gradually build a resilient spirit, an inner self that stands strong in the face of any life storms. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you found the content helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future valuable videos. And don't forget to leave a comment below about your thoughts and experiences applying these lessons. We always look forward to hearing from and learning from our community. Wish you success on your journey to building an unbreakable mind.